For more information, visit armycadets.com or email kingstonedetachment@gmail.com. Hello, I'm Lcpl Malka, and today I'll be going over basic music theory. First impressions. When you first look at sheet music, it may seem difficult to understand. However, once you know what is what, it's very easy. The following slides will go over everything you need to know in order to start reading sheet music. Labeling sheet music. As you can see, I have the sheet music for Mud Cabin. If you look at my labels, the squiggle here in the top left is called a clef. There are two types of clef you should know, which are the treble clef and the bass clef. Top right, the lines that have the notes on them are called a stave. They are made up of 5 lines. Bottom right, these symbols that sit on the staves are called notes. Their position on the stave indicate what note they are. Bottom left, this line with a colon next to it is called a repeat. These are just the basics. As you progress, you will learn more and more. Notes have 3 separate parts: the head, the stem, and flag. Not every single note has all 3 of these features, however they all have a head. Some notes have more than one flag, such as a semiquaver. The head is sometimes filled in or sometimes is hollow. These features indicate the note's value. Note values. As you saw in the previous slide, not all notes look the same. This is because not every note is played for the exact same amount of time, so we need to know how long to play that note. As you can see on the left, these are the main notes you will see: a semi-breve, which is the equivalent of 4 bass drum beats, a minim, which is the equivalent of 2 bass drum beats, a crotchet, 1 bass drum beat, a quaver, half a bass drum beat, and a semi-quaver, a quarter of a bass drum beat. There are more which are worth even less, such as a semi-demi-quaver, but you'll most likely never encounter one of these in your early music career. Scales. Flautist. When playing a flute, there are many scales. The main ones you should learn are the C scale and the G scale. Most marches in the music syllabus are in the G scale. The diagram shows the C scale on the top and the G scale on the bottom. These black circles are the holes on the flute you cover while playing the note, and the white ones are the ones you don't. As you may know, a flute has 5 keys. The number you can see on the diagram corresponds to a key which is shown on the left. As well as this, it also shows the position of the note on the staves. If you look at both scales, they go up an octave from the C note and the same from the G note. As you go along, the pitch gets higher, meaning it's a higher C/G. Rudiments. Drums, unlike flutes, cannot play different notes. Instead, you play rudiments. A rudiment is a basic pattern which can be used eventually to learn complex patterns and marches on the side drum. Here are some rudiments. Singles, 1 hit to a bass drum beat. Doubles, 2 hits to a bass drum beat. Triplets, 3 hits to a bass drum beat. A roll, hitting the drum fast so it creates a buzzing noise. And if you look, there's a crescendo roll, which is just a normal roll, but it gradually gets louder. A paradiddle, 4 even strokes played in the order left, right, left, left, or the other way round. And a flam, hitting the drum with 2 sticks almost at the same time to create a very short roll. Scales for bugle. The bugle is a secondary instrument in the corps of drums. It was used as a means of communication on the battlefield in the 18th century, but is now used for music, daily calls, and more everyday communication. There are no keys on a bugle, and in order to create different sounds, you must adjust the way you blow. The scale of a bugle is simple and looks like this. Clefs. There are 2 main types of clefs you should know: bass clef and treble clef. Starting off with treble clef, the treble clef has the ornamental letter G in it. It's for higher pitches created by the flute, or a violin, or even a bugle. If the treble clef is present, it means the notes sit like this. Look at the diagram on the right. This can be remembered using face for the spaces, and every good boy deserves fun for the lines. Every good boy deserves fun standing for E, G, B, D, and F. Moving on to a bass clef. The bass clef is an F with 2 dots instead of lines. It's for lower pitches created by cellos or tubas. It brings the notes 1 row down from the treble clef, so the notes sit like this. G, B, D, F, A, and A, C, E, G. This can be remembered by all cows eat grass for the gaps, and good boys do fine always for the lines. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video.